I'm Mickey Colton.
And I'm Chad Dillon.
And this is the
Utica Rallycross Series.
Coming to you live for the 10th race of Season 5 here at the Dead Man's Curve Circuit. And this is the mother of all events. The big final shebang of the Utica Rallycross season. And we're going to crown a champion tonight.
Oh, yeah, we are, baby. Yeah!
This is one of the most treacherous circuits on the racetrack. It is a descent from the top of a very tall mountain, going through all sorts of winding roadways, broken bridges, various jumps, and whoop sections that could mess you up. And so many drivers struggle with this racetrack. Rarely times get into the under 3-minute range.
Yes.
So this is going to be a wild ride.
They did make the big change last season, fixing that first opening jump, which helped a lot of drivers. Let's see if that actually helps a lot of the newer drivers this season.
All right, and as we get ready to begin there, we do have a championship battle. It's a very short championship battle, though. Only 2 drivers, and they're pretty far apart. Yes,
no, the odds of pretty much the one favoring the other is a very, very slim margin. So we'll see who actually pulls out on top.
We'll look at where they start. Todd Benoit starts 3rd, which is not particularly great. Who do you like here, Chad?
You know, I always say I like everybody because I love all the drivers in here, but I think what I'm really looking forward to seeing, I say it every time, I'm looking forward to a Black Mamba performance. I think he's finally back in the big show again. Final finale. I'm hoping for him to do well.
And Ray Davis starts 11th.
Yes.
Captain Clutch, not quite at the back of the pack, but this is also a track he typically struggles at. He's going to have a big wave to go. I'm excited for Jeffrey Finn guy starting dead last.
Yeah.
He almost won this thing last year. He could have a shot this time round.
For sure.
Well, if you're ready, then I'm ready. Seth Cole is on track. He's the first driver to take on Dead Man's Curve this year.
And he is the perfect man to start this off because this is his place to have a lot of fun. He loves this track every single year.
Yeah, Seth Cole, if you are new to the sport, he's known as the stunt man for good reason. He likes hitting all those big jumps. He likes having a good time out on the racetrack, and he's a really good personality.
Now let's go through this track if you haven't actually seen this track before. He's entered to the first phase here. He cleared pretty much one of the harder parts of the course. But that doesn't mean there's anything easier. It doesn't get any easier pretty much.
Yeah, this is a very long endurance event. Like most of our events usually run about a minute.
Yeah.
You know, maybe less, maybe a little bit more. This track, I wouldn't be surprised to see these drivers hitting like 3 minutes. Some drivers, if they struggle, can hit up to 4.
It's tough.
It's a wild ride. We're in section 2 now, which is denoted by that gate that was a little bit earlier. Here, we got a whoop section here, and it's going to result in a very big jump coming up. Here's a section of the course that's interesting. If you have enough speed, some drivers can cut the course over there.
Yeah, but it's a very risky approach, especially if you don't have enough speed. It's going to screw your entire run-up.
And here goes Seth Cole's a little squirrely. He's heading to the jump. And is he going to make it?
No! He's still keeping his car pretty much going, so he hasn't DNF'd yet. But, he's going down the mountain pulling an old-school Billy Bishop move there.
Yeah. You know, this track's been on the schedule since Season 1, so Seth Cole doing a bit of a throwback, I guess.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Billy Bishop never got a chance to race here. Who knows what could have happened if he had attempted
he
the
did that in
racetrack.
Coastal Italy. I'm pretty sure that's where that was.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like Seth Cole's actually a little bit lost. I'm a little surprised. Maybe he's having some radio issues with his spotter and crew chief trying to get him back on track.
Well, you know, I think at this point he's kind of lost hope in his chances, so I think he's just going to explore the mountainside and just have a ball with it.
Yeah, Seth Cole doesn't have a likely shot of making the top 10. He's got to really perform well, and I don't think he's going to get that run today unless we have a lot of trouble like this throughout the event. He finally gets back on track. I think there was probably a better place he could have done it, but he's all the way back here and has to do this section again.
Yeah, I mean, last season I think only 12 drivers actually finished the race, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, only 12 last year. We've had worse,
no!
Seth Cole has another problem, and he's not going to make the jump again.
But he went for it anyways, and I think he's just doing whatever now at this point. I can't wait to see this post-race interview because, wow.
Yeah, so Seth Cole's not having a good day right now.
Okay, so he found the faster and smarter approach here.
It could have been a radio issue with his spotter because this track is so big and there's a big mountain in the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get the radio signal to come through, so he probably got reconnected and was told where to go. And it looks like he's going to try it again. He's a little slow, though. Hopefully he can make it. Luckily they have this hill here.
All right, he's able to actually make the jump. Now, this is now going in close to the 3rd wave here. This is the unique part of the course, though, the double jump that was kind of, I forgot who the trendsetter was for this, but you can get it, which he did.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been Anthony McCurry to be the first to hit that perfectly.
Yeah.
He was your Season 3 victor, and that was actually his last start in the series. He actually went to endurance racing after this. We miss Anthony McCurry, but, he's doing well for himself.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And Seth Cole's able to get through that and continues on through Stage 3. And Stage 4 is what you saw at Dead Man's Curve in the qualifier. That's that last stretch of the course.
Oh, yeah, which is one of the most exciting. We call it like the rodeo type thing with the straightaway, which is just nuts to watch a lot of those drivers going full throttle to try and take that top spot.
Yeah, if you did not see the qualifier, you'll know exactly why it's called the rodeo when we get to it. But here we go on to the final section of the course. Hits this big jump that we saw in the qualifier. Seth Cole's not going to have a good time today, but at least he had some fun with it, and hopefully he'll be back next year.
And as long as he makes it through the rodeo, he's at least going to finish and not be one of the DNF, which usually we get a big pile of them.
Yep, hey, finishing the course is better than not finishing it, and look at this.
Oh, here we go. He hit the wall there, slowed him down. This has just not been a good run for Seth Cole.
Nah, Seth Cole not having the day he was hoping for at Dead Man's Curve. He needed a miracle to get into the top 10, and unfortunately that miracle's not going to come. Coming to the line of 4:23.815. Not going to be a good run for Seth Cole. As next up on track, it's Sean Angel in car number 5, making his first Dead Man's Curve start since he failed to qualify last year.
Yes, and obviously this... Oh, he's able to stay on track, on course. Wow, that was a close call.
Yeah, Sean Angel, this is his first time on the track. I mean, he knows the last section of the course pretty well because he's run it twice so far. The qualifier last year and the qualifier this year, but this is all brand new to him. And these drivers are not allowed to make practice laps on the course. So Angel trying his best to complete the course today.
Yeah, no, Angel definitely trying to cap off this really, really good season that he's had. I mean, it's been a huge comeback for him. The car, we talked about it all season long. He's been doing really good as a driver, and I'm hoping this brings some more luck for years to come.
Yeah, Sean Angel, he didn't have a good start to his career last season.
Yeah.
He got a win last year, but not too much else after that. Then he pulls off 2 victories this year. It was absolutely nuts.
Oh, I know.
No one was expecting it. He's currently top 5 in points. He's got a good chance of making it into the top 10 so long as he finishes well today.
Yeah, and so far, besides that little whoopsie section that he went through, almost flipping over early on, he's been doing really well. And he's doing the double jump.
Oh, no!
He's able to keep the car going. What a close call. That's the risky part about the double jump is if you don't have the speed, you are going to DNF most likely.
Yeah, or at least be horribly impaired because going around those things really adds to your time. The 2 loops.
Sure. Now he's going this way on the right. This is another.
That was
another fast attempt that a lot of drivers started developing over the years, and he's handling this section a lot smoother than Seth Cole did. So.
Yeah, but Angel is definitely testing out that Evans Engineering incorporated suspension systems on these cars. So showing that they still work as he really rocks it around. Hey, if you want to test your off-road vehicle, this is the place to go.
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, everywhere you go, every jump you take, every breath you make, I don't know. I was trying to go.
Well, we can't say the rest of that because our copyright guy is looking at us.
Yeah,
and he's a little worried.
I'm just gonna not.
Well, Sean Angel is coming to the later stages of the course, and he's on his lid. Can he get it flipped? No!
Sean Angel DNFing at the spot that he already knew and finished to get into this event. That's a tough break for him.
That's absolutely tragic.
Now, this is the man that we got to look out for today. This is the leader in points. He needs to do very well. If he gets to the bottom of the barrel, it's going to really put him in a really tough spot to win this championship.
So here's how the championship works right now. And as Benoit almost makes a mistake as well. But here's what has to happen. So the only way Ray Davis can win this championship is if he finishes in the top 3.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different protocols with it depending on the bonus points. But Benoit, if Davis finishes first or second, Benoit has to finish 19th or worse.
Yeah.
If he finishes second or third with a bonus point, Benoit has to finish dead last.
Yes.
Essentially, if Benoit finishes 18th or better, or beats 2 cars essentially,
yeah,
Benoit is your champion, and it'll be his second championship of his career.
Well, he's already, actually at this point now he hasn't beaten anybody if he DNFs before Sean Angel, but he does, if he passes Sean Angel's position, he was already beating 1 driver, so that's all he's got to do. Now, I'm assuming Todd Benoit is pretty much going to take this very casually. He's going to be very, very cautious. He doesn't want to DNF. He just wants to finish the race because that's going to bring his best odds to winning the championship.
It was actually a point of controversy in the garage area because Benoit did publicly express that he did not want to take the track too difficult. He's not going for the win. He's going for the championship.
Oh.
A lot of people were saying that he should really attempt the full course. That it would be more gentlemanly to go all out and try it. Though that's from his competitors, so take that how you will.
I mean, right now though, he's still having a pretty smooth run.
And
never mind. Whoa!
I think Davis has to worry that Benoit gets a style point at the end of this one. That was pretty nice.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing it safe. I mean, you've had such a good season. You've been competitive all year long. I mean, look at Hong Kong. He needed that. He didn't need the victory, but he went for it anyways, and he got it. And I think that he has every right to be cautious and play it safe because he really wants to secure his second championship in his career.
Yep, Tyler Benoit, definitely one of the best. He's in his 60th career start.
Yeah.
He's one of only 2 drivers to make every single Utica Rallycross Series race. Chris Aurelio is the other one. And, Benoit is such a big part of the sport. He's one of those phases. He's always been there, and he's always been doing well ever since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, even the season before, last season, he got 8th, and that was probably one of his worst finishes.
That is his worst finish in the points, if I'm not mistaken. So, Benoit coming to the line. Seth Cole did not have a good time. Sean Angel did not finish the run. Coming to the line, Tyler Benoit is going to take the top spot.
Wow.
He's only a second off McCurry's time from back in Season 3. And that locked Tyler Benoit in as your Season 5 Utica Rallycross Series champion.
Yes, it does. Already early on. I mean, it's kind of sad to see that it's already... we already know who the winner is, but
hey,
wow.
Now these drivers are going to be going for the big win. And here's one of the drivers that's really scrappy for it. It's Joseph Inesto in the number 27 for Team Motorsports. Missed the race last year. Alex Gianatelli drove the Team Motorsports entry, the second entry in the 24. He finished 4th. However, Gianatelli, not here this year, was arrested for piracy. So,
really?
So very interesting thing. Gianatelli, a very interesting backstory with that driver, but we won't go into that right now. Joseph Inesto, though, if he wins, he's one of 4 drivers that has an opportunity to lock themselves into next season by winning the main event. He transferred his way in from the qualifier. He's not a full season competitor this time around. He had a pretty bad season last year.
Oh, trying to go with the quick corner there. He was able to still make it. It didn't kill him too much for time, but he's able to get back on track.
Yeah, and actually, a little quick caveat, it's actually 3 because Max Haltman's one of those 4. He's already won the Arena Cross Championship, so he's already guaranteed a ride next year.
Yeah.
So Inesto trying to get that for himself. He wants to prove that he can do well here, and he's had some good runs here in the past.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, any of the drivers that are coming from the Arena Cross that actually made it to the event, clips that there. That's really going to hurt him for his time. It's big. It's competitive. Even though the championship is already decided for Tyler Benoit, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is a very competitive race. Everyone's looking to still get that top spot, and it's still really fun to watch.
And in fact, other than Chris Dodd in Season 4, the guy who wins this race is usually not the guy who wins the championship.
Yeah.
In fact, it's usually the opposite. It's usually a complete underdog that gets up here. Brandon Bain was your Season 1 winner.
All aboard the Bain train!
Yeah, if you remember that was his last start and his only victory. He was not a championship competitor, but he just ran a good race. Matt Evans won Season 2. He was up there in the point standings, but Dunlap had already won the championship going in.
I mean, you take Dunlap out of the equation, it was a battle between Matt and Tyler. I mean, the fact that Tyler Benoit has been in a battle for the championship pretty much every season. Even last year, he still was in contention, but he was just out of it. But it's incredible.
Yep, in Season 3, Anthony McCurry won in a complete upset. He qualified his way in. He was one of the one-off entries.
But here we go. Watch Onesto coming to the final stretch here. Actually doing very well for his run.
Yeah, I'm not certain if he's going to be able to beat Benoit on this one, though, because he struggled a little bit. Benoit keeping it easy. He actually was still pretty quick, Benoit. That's going to be second fastest. Missed him by a couple seconds. So Onesto not going to get that victory, but hopefully a solid effort today. How about Aiden DeGabriel? This is his first start at Dead Man's Curve. And he's one of the rookies, his 10th career start. So a full season for DeGabriel. It's not been the best season for him, and that was a very interesting landing.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you got to do to get to that section. I mean, I've heard a lot of drivers they are sweating bullets going through that because it is scary. You're up that high, you make one wrong move, you're all the way down in the middle of a mountainside. So it's tough.
Yeah, but it's definitely been baptism by fire for DeGabriel this year. He's had a lot of poor runs to start, a lot of difficult racetracks. DeGabriel, he has, rally experience, but, he's more used to the tracks on his native island of Malta, where it's, it's a little bit more flatter, or like tight corner, like city street racing. He's not used to a giant crag in the middle of the Australian desert.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
But DeGabriel, having a good season right now.
Oh, he's able to cut it. These drivers, I'm surprised he went for that crazy approach. These rookies, man, wow.
Hey, DeGabriel, he's got a fire burning within him, and he's ready to try and go for this victory to just prove that, hey, I can do something this year. I deserve to be back next year. I mean,
I think DeGabriel has showed his own in the last couple races of this season. I think he's really been finding his groove and what kind of driver he really is, his identity, really. I mean, that's
close call there.
He's able to make the double jump a little slow, but he's still on track. I mean, remember Dodd's time. Dodd actually messed up on that double jump, but still got the top spot in the victory.
Yeah, and I want to mention with the rookies, last year we were a bit spoiled because all the rookies that year were just crushing everything. The veterans were really struggling back in Season 4. This year, the rookies have had to work a little bit harder, but this is a very difficult series. You can't expect every driver to get it right away.
Oh, yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, like I said, it takes a while to get your identity as a driver. Especially with all these different types of race events that we have. Lots of different places these drivers have to travel to, go. It's a long series, but it's also a lot of fun, and it really develops them as a driver.
Yep, DeGabriel, I bet if he goes back to racing, rally racing on Malta, then he's going to be quite good at it.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to improve greatly.
No doubt about that, but DeGabriel actually having a pretty decent run for his first time at Dead Man's Curve.
Yeah, he's pretty quick. Now, he has something to race for. He's a long shot to make the top 10 to lock himself in for next year. He's hoping that this team will have the funding to be able to do so if they don't have that locked-in
Wow, got
bonus.
A lot of speed going to the final stretch here. As long as he doesn't hit the pilot, he
Coming
does it.
to the line, top spot.
Wow.
Aiden DeGabriel, good job for you. That was a great run for the Maltese Falcon. He's going to swoop in and take the race lead.
That is an incredible time for DeGabriel, especially his first time out. Whoa, Big Papa.
Oh, no!
Big Papa!
He's still on his wheels, thank God.
Oh, no.
They call him Big Papa, but they also call him the hometown hero. This is his home track, Fitzwater in Aussie. However, this has not been a good track for him as he nearly misses that entrance to the rest of the racetrack.
Barely makes it down the hill there, too. Oh, my gosh.
So Zachary Fitzwater and Dead Man's Curve have not been a good love story. In Season 3, he attempted this race as a one-off driver. He failed to qualify. In Season 4, he made the event. He had a shot at the championship, but he finished dead last. DNF'd on that first jump. This is actually the furthest he's made it on the course, so it's almost like it's his first attempt at the racetrack.
Yeah, well, guess what? Not everything's negative. Today is his 20th start as well. He's finally getting his own here in this series, being a very veteran driver. He's kind of gotten into the veteran, I would say, level of driving play.
Yeah, this is his sophomore season, and it's weird to say veteran at your sophomore season, but considering this is only season 5 that we're in, 2 seasons is a good chunk of the series history.
Well, especially when you haven't missed a race. Every single race that you've done, you've been here for. You've been for 2 full seasons, and I mean that shows that you're a very reliable driver for a team as well.
Exactly, and Fitzwater had a very good season in Season 4. This year has been a little bit more quiet. He's not in the top 10 right now, but he has an opportunity to point his way in if he does well enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Here we go into Stage 3 of the course. Fitzwater, this is all brand new world for him.
Oh, here we go. Oh, a little rock. Oh, gosh. Definitely brand new world. Doesn't know how to handle that. It's one of the longest whoop sections we have. I mean, it's really challenging. If you mess up it early on in it, you're never going to get caught back into the rhythm.
But an excellent turn through the bridge section.
Yeah.
There. That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
As he gets the drift just perfect. It's Australian drift.
It's tough. I've seen a lot of drivers go a little too fast, and then they cut into the
wall. Oh, man. Fitzwater. I wonder how many lives he's used up today.
Oh, no. Yeah.
We mentioned it last week at Hong Kong, but I think Fitzwater's got that same mentality.
It's crazy. I mean, it's like this track really wants him to DNF. It really does. It's just the luck with him and this track has been really hard.
Fitzwater, he's got his family rooting him on. Henrietta Fitzwater, and on the sidelines with Zachary Fitzwater Jr. So they're both rooting for him to try and get this one done. He's coming down the final stretch. His family's in one of those boxes. Nearly flips it in front of them. He's going to try and limp it home. Can he get it done? Final stretch of the course, and Fitzwater can finally say he finished Dead Man's Curve.
The hometown hero. There we go.
It's not going to be the win today, but hey, that's a big step up from last year for Fitzwater.
Hey, he completed the race. The crowd's still going nuts for him. It's a good day for him.
Next up on track is Takato Kitsuda. He ran in the Arena Cross Series this year. He's driving that 30 car that did pretty well, a top 10 for Scott Roush last year in this event. But Kitsuda, he's a traditional rally racer, and this is a good track for him to try.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of rumors that Kitsuda is actually a lot of team owners in the Rallycross have been really eyeing him to try and bring him into the Rallycross onto their team because he's actually a really good driver.
Yeah, Kitsuda is really good. The story with Kitsuda is that William Duncan retired at the end of last year during the off-season. They couldn't get the funding to run the top division, so Duncan decided to step out.
Yeah.
Maverick GP, who owns his car, they went down to the Arena Cross ranks and decided, well, let's train one of our young drivers. We'll go with rally racer Takato Kitsuda. And they got a win in the lower division. He was up there for the championship. Unfortunately, didn't get it, but did place very well in the point standings and definitely showed that he's a capable driver by qualifying for the main event.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, right now, Takato Kitsuda has had a flawless run through the first section of this course.
Yeah, Kitsuda's been pretty good on track, and you would think he was a veteran out there.
That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of drivers are picking him up, and this is a big race for him, because if he's able to... At least he played it safe. He's going to have to go through here, but it's not going to kill him too much for time. He's still on pace with Benoit and DeGabriel, so...
Yes, as Kitsuda going through stage number 3 right now. But yeah, Kitsuda had a really good run in the lower divisions, the lower ranks. Didn't have the best start to the year, but really finished off with a bang.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think that, like I said, though, this is a big race for a lot of those rookies you said early on. It gets their name out there for the Rallycross, and hopefully if they win it, I mean, it secures them a top spot, and that's huge for someone in a career of racing, to make it into the Premier League.
Yeah, Kitsuda hoping for that buy into the Season 6 roster.
Yeah.
By getting that extra funding. The way it works is they give you a grant to race next year, so that's how these drivers kind of foot the bill for that year. They're like, well, we get to do it next year again.
All right, now Kitsuda into the final phase here, which he does know very well from the qualifier. Did okay at the qualifier. I mean, it was a little rocky for a lot of them, but he was able to make it to the event.
Yep,
so.
and we forgot to mention during his run, but Joseph Inesto actually did win the qualifier event, so he's actually having a pretty good weekend so far as Kitsuda nearly topples over in the 30. But things are going well for him. Coming to the line, this is tracking pretty well. What can he do?
Here we go. He got it!
Top spot for Takato Kitsuda, just edged out Aiden DeGabriel, so no first victory for the Maltese Falcon, but Kitsuda is definitely putting his foot in the door.
Now, we got the man, last season's winner and the champion. We got Chris Dodd with the high bar. Don't you dare flip on me, boy!
Moves.
Don't you dare! I gave you a good intro. And don't you dare!
Hey, Chris Dodd, he's back. He's looking to try and get the victory this time around. Be the first repeat winner of the racetrack, and he scared us a little bit there.
Listen, it was cool. It didn't slow him down that much, that grind. It was cool. That's all I have to say.
I think they need to get some Chris Dodd skateboards made.
Oh, yes.
Seems like a good thing to make. They've made everything else into a Chris Dodd product.
Well, on the underside of the skateboard, too, is just got to be some rock-hard abs.
Oh, yeah. You got to have...
For sure.
You gotta have some Chris Dodd torso on the underneath of that skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if you would do that though, because it might hurt the rail. It's really abrasive on the rail.
Well, I heard they started selling some grill aprons with abs on it. That's a new thing they were working on, the merchandise. I mean, we've heard DeMax has been going nuts with it, and he's been having a blast.
Oh, they have 3 merchandise booths here today, and they all nearly went out of stock. They actually had to fly more in. It's just flying off the shelves. Most of the fans out here are for Chris Dodd, and everyone's excited for him.
Jump.
Ooh, not going to work. A little too rocky.
Not going to hurt him too bad because he was able to, when he hit the wall, he was able to turn him real fast. So it didn't slow him down too much, but not hitting that jump is killer if you're trying to get the top spot.
Chris Dodd continuing on course, and I must say, my kid is looking forward to dressing up as Chris Dodd for Halloween this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got it all picked out, that costume, so we just got to get it for him. And
which one is it?
It's the Chris Dodd costume, the full-body Chris Dodd costume for kids.
The full-body one, huh?
Yeah. It's not the cheap one where it's just like the plastic thing that says Chris Dodd on it.
I was just going to show up to the Halloween party with a white t-shirt. That's all. That's my Chris Dodd costume, so...
Well, I mean, you sometimes get a little low maintenance when you come to the parties.
I mean, it's easy, because if it dries up, you know what you do? Just get wet again.
That's true. That's true. They do have beverages at those parties that we go to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And also, when Richard Johnson usually goes, so usually there's just moisture all around.
No, Richard Johnson is coming as the abs.
You're going to stay... So, if I'm picturing this correctly, Chad,
yes.
You're going to stand there in a wet t-shirt, and Richard Johnson's going to slot in front of you, underneath your shirt.
Yeah, he's going to be inside my shirt. But Chris Dodd coming to the line, it's going to be a 2:43.336. It's not going to be as good as last year's time where he got a 3:35, but it's still a respectable time nonetheless.
Yeah, these times are fairly close this year. I'm very happy about that. As next up is the Black Mamba, Matt Evans, the first time attempting the course since Season 3.
And it couldn't be the last. You know, it's been a really rough season for him again. Is this going to be his retirement year to call it quits?
I hope not. It's always great to have Matt Evans around despite the quality. And he's even picked up a little bit this year. Hong Kong didn't go too well, but race 8 in Tel Aviv was a good beacon for him.
Yeah.
But Matt Evans in the 17, his MO, win. That's the only way he has a shot at making the top 10 in points. He literally has to win the event.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, you got people like Katsuda and DeGabriel setting a pretty decent time. I mean, look at this spread. I mean, compared to last season, it was pretty much a long shot win victory for Chris Dodd. Here, everyone's separated by at least a second or a little bit more.
Yep, and Matt Evans hoping to make things happen in this car. Now, Neil Evans, his father, they called him the Gray Mamba last year.
Yeah.
He was in the car this time around. He actually qualified for the main event, which was pretty good. Didn't have a good run, though. He ended up sliding down the mountain over there, in, I believe it was in Section 2. So,
oh, right here. I remember that. I think he flew off to this right here.
No. It was earlier. It was right before the part where you can cut, I believe.
Oh,
he went off over there, which is a very odd place to go off.
But he was Matt Evans got caught up there on the second jump. He didn't at least flip the car over. He's pretty much playing it safe here to try and get through the phase 3 here, and hopefully he can handle this section well.
Yeah, Matt Evans in the 17 made a foray into team ownership this year as he nearly flipped that thing forward. Very slow on the last couple, unfortunately. That's going to hurt his time.
Yeah.
But his rookie driver, Scott Roush, has been doing pretty well in the standings. He's currently 4th, so that's a good thing for him. Scott Roush is locked into the top 10 regardless, so EEI will have at least one vehicle in next year. I mean, Matt Evans hoping for some magic today.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Scott Roush, though, I mean, it's been such a great season for him. And again, Matt Evans is really, really happy about that. But in a season full of a lot of strong veterans and other drivers, Roush was still able to make it into that top 5 and shine. So good for him.
Yep, as Matt Evans through the final section of the course. Let's see if he can pick some things up in the last section. Matt Evans won it in season number 2.
Yep.
Bad luck ever since the end of season 3 when he missed the show.
Oh, he's got a lot of speed here. He's got some stability. He hasn't really done anything crazy yet. Can he make it do? As long as he doesn't hit a pylon, he gets through.
Coming to the line. 5th quickest, not going to be the win he needs, which means he will not make the top 10 in standings, but a respectable effort by Matt Evans.
I bet he wanted to beat Tyler just for fun. And he almost got it, but it's still not going to cut it, though. But Chris Aurelio, another man, making his 60th start, just like Tyler Benoit.
Man, how time flies, because Chris Aurelio, when he came in, he was kind of the spunky kid, you know?
You know what we got to do?
What?
One last time, for Chris Aurelio's sake. We are Tigers, mighty, mighty Tigers.
Yeah. Yes, Chris Aurelio. Oh, we love Chris Aurelio. Not driving up. I mean, it's orange and black. It's a Tiger car.
Yeah, but there's no stripes, so it doesn't matter.
He got a little bit of stripage on top. I think it works.
The stripes are on the inside, man.
Last year he was in that pink and black car, with even a little further off the Tiger print scheme, but Chris Aurelio is one of those steadfast drivers. He's always there. He's always doing well. He's usually always in the top 5 and championship eligible. Much like this year, he's basically going to be in next year too if he so chooses.
I mean, you got to think Chris Aurelio set the tone for the series, being the first winner of the champion. I mean, it showed what it took and what it takes to win a Rallycross championship.
Yeah, and as I was saying about back
in
in the time.
Oh no! On the double jump, he flipped this. Oh, that's a terrible way to go.
Chris Aurelio, unfortunately, not going to finish his 60th start. He is out of the race. And next up is Ray Davis, who can't win the championship. He's just going to try and go for the win.
Hey, and if he goes for the win, it's going to be a bittersweet victory, pretty much. Because if he wins this, and he saw that it only took Todd Benoit to do terrible, but oh no!
Well, I guess it's reversed. Ray Davis is going to now. Ray Davis wrecks out immediately, while Tyler Benoit is going to finish up there now.
So far, that's the worst DNF so far. That's been the worst. He's going to be in last place right now.
Yeah, that is currently last place.
Robert Piet flying down that section. Wow, the Flying Dutchman coming in hot.
Yeah, the Flying Dutchman hoping to set sail here in Australia. But I just have to point out how big of a disappointment that is for Ray Davis. This is his worst racetrack on the schedule, and that's how he lost the Season 1 championship. He just can't get it done here at Dead Man's Curve, and that's unfortunate.
I mean, it's tough when you're down at Dead Man's Curve. The margins he had were thin, but even if he was 10 points down, 11 points down, or whatever, it's still so tough. There's so much pressure to not fail here. There's so many places to DNF that can pretty much shoot your whole season down.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Ray Davis as he is out of the race. But let's get to Robert Piet right now on track. The businessman and race car driver. Actually, he and Haltman, as we mentioned in the qualifier, have been kind of talking before the race. Haltman's been kind of getting tips from him. Piet's been talking to him a little bit since Haltman's actually a race winner in the Arena Cross Series. Piet still is chasing his first victory.
So far, though, he is flying through this first two phases. Let's see if he can hit the double jump. He's got a lot of speed here, too.
Yeah, look at that.
My God!
This is perfect. I think he might have something for Kitsuda if he can do stage 3 and 4 correct.
I mean, a little rocky there. Can he hit this, though? This is the key section. It can make or break you, especially going into phase 4.
Now, we keep talking about milestones. Robert Piet, his 30th career start. As he slides a bit there.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him there. Maybe like a half a second, but so far he is tracking faster than Katsuda.
And we gotta mention Piet because a lot of times he gets forgotten in the championship picture because he usually finishes about mid-pack. He's usually your mid-pack kind of driver. He comes out here for fun. He's usually not trying to crush the competition. He's here just to have a good time, race some cars, race on some interesting racetracks. But he's doing pretty well right now, and I think this could be a good opportunity for him if he can just keep it up.
I mean, right now he's going to the final section, which he knows. A lot of drivers know this section. You get that second opportunity going in to make the event. Going through Rodeo here. Can he handle Rodeo Town?
Let's see. As Piet, he's done it once before already.
Oh, riding the walls high and low. Can he get to the finish?
That's some of the best control I've seen.
He is cruising. As long as he doesn't hit one of these, he does it on 2:35.737. That's almost going to take the track record.
Oh, he is so close to the track record. That's amazing. Robert Piet's at the top of the board, so Kitsuda not going to get that buy-in for next year, but Piet trying to get that first career victory as Alexander Rowe on track. Well, we actually can't say that because Alexander Rowe's coming off a win in the qualifier.
Yes.
Did you think you'd be saying that at this point?
I mean, if you go based off the first race of the season, yes. If you go based off the rest of the season, no. And if what he's trying to do is make a storybook ending, open and close it, great bindings and all, then that's what he's doing.
Chris Dodd did the same thing last year. He won at Yuma, he won at Dead Man's Curve.
Yeah.
However, Chris Dodd also did well in the middle as well. Alexander Rowe did not.
And win the championship and everything else. I mean, Chris Dodd had a flawless season, don't get me wrong. But Rowe, if he's able to pull that off, which I doubt, I mean, I'm not going to discredit him as a driver. It's a tough circuit. It's a tough courses. I mean, Yuma. The fact that he was able to pull off a Yuma win is incredible in itself. Because Yuma's tough.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a big momentum racetrack. You have to have a lot of speed there, and it was his first start as well. So don't forget how impressive that is. And right now, Rowe is pretty impressive. Right now, he's been going pretty quick. Can he make the double jump?
So far, so smooth in the first one.
Not quite on the second, but.
A little slow, but he still is able to pull it off. Nothing that's going to give him a huge hiccup. Now, this is the section, again, this is crucial. If you hit these well, it's really going to help you going into phase 4. Wow, that's smooth.
Ooh, that's smooth like butter for Alexander Rowe as he continues on course in car number 9.
Ooh, carves that turn really nice there. Didn't get held up like Robert Piet did. That killed him. Robert Piet slid back into the wall.
Yeah, so Robert Piet hit the double jump there perfectly, but struggled on the underpass. Rowe hit the underpass well, but didn't do as well on the jump. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
No.
Now, Alexander Rowe,
Yeah.
he is a long shot to make the top 10, so he has to do well.
Oh, yeah,
So
no.
he has a lot of incentive this weekend.
Yeah, and so far, Rowe pulling off a great run right now. He knows this part really well after winning the qualifier, so if he can just do what he did for the qualifier, he will finish this strong.
Here we go, into rodeo. Can Rowe conquer the rodeo? My producer's telling me I'm fired, so
it's okay. It's been a long
run. It was a good career.
Yeah.
It was a good career.
But here we go. Alexander Rowe coming to the line. Can he take out Robert Piet? He does.
He does!
Taking the track record. Alexander Rowe, the 2:35, 2:33. How? What?
I wonder what his Vegas odds were going into this. Is Max Holtman is going to ride the wall. We have to start talking about Holtman, but it's so hard after Rowe does that amazing time.
Oh my gosh, taking the track record, which is an impressive time to beat. I mean, when Don hit that record before, it was impressive, but Alexander Rowe to do it? Maybe he's just really good at the stadium dirt-style track, because, you know, similar to Yuma, just in a longer stretch of things.
You know, it's like a long Yuma.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
but
wow. Way to go, Rowe, taking that top spot. But let's not discredit Holtman. Holtman did really well in the Utica Rallycross Series. A really, really good driver. Obviously winning the Utica Rallycross Series championship. More power to him.
Yeah, Holtman, he doesn't have to worry about next year. He's locked in, but
Yeah.
he wants to make a statement to show that, yes, he can win. This is his Utica Rallycross Series debut, and he's got a good time going so far. He struggled a little bit on the leaning bridge, but everything else here has been near flawless.
I just have to say, though, the drivers this year at Dead Man's Curve have been spectacular.
Yeah, look at that. So many times up there in the 230, the 240s bracket. Like, last year, everything was very spread out. We only had 12 drivers finish, and like the guys in the back were like pretty far off pace.
Got a lot of speed going into the double jump. Hits it really straight on. Can he make it really clean?
Not bad.
Yeah, no,
not
I mean,
bad. Not perfect, but not bad.
Yeah, had some momentum. I mean, it didn't kill him too bad. Now, I don't know if anyone can do what Rowe just did with those jumps. That was impressive.
Let's see, and this is not bad, not quite Rowe, but he's still doing all right.
I mean, the speed is. I mean, that's the thing is that Rowe went a little slower through that. So as far as timing goes, they're probably on the same level. It just doesn't look as smooth.
We'll have to see. Max Holtman, we know him for going for maximum profit.
Yes.
Could he win on the maximum stage for the Rallycross Series? Wouldn't this be a story? Wins the championship, wins Dead Man's Curve in the same weekend.
And then is locked into the Rallycross. He's going to be a big threat going into Season 6.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what this guy can do, because, again, he's just a hobby racer. He owns a engineering company.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, like, he's just racing as a hobby, and he's just wiping the floor with a bunch of these other rookies.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And, I mean, if he's able to get into the top 5, I mean, look, you're going to have a bunch of rookies like Katsuda and Haltman and DeGabriel. I mean, and Rowe. I mean, that's impressive enough as it is.
He hates Kirby, but he is an all-star.
Wow!
Comes to the line, third quick is not going to beat Piet, who he had as a mentor, but still an excellent time for Max Holtman, currently top of the 4 one-off drivers this weekend.
Yes, and now next up is Scott Roush, pretty much the Rookie of the Year winner this season, having a great run, able to hit that first section very well.
Yeah, Scott Roush currently unopposed for Rookie of the Year. He has way too much ground on the rest of the pack.
Yeah.
Especially at this point where we've seen some drivers struggle. I think if he can just finish this strong, I mean, he's locked into the top 10. He doesn't have to worry about falling out there, and no one else can catch him. So it's just all about proving himself this weekend.
I mean, you know, in order to win a championship, consistency is key, obviously. And Roush had some really good finishes, and I think that's the only thing that separated him from him and Benoit and making it into that battle for championship. It was a couple bad races here and there, but you're going to get that when you're a rookie. You know, it's tough to be perfect. I mean, no one can pull off the Dodd season. It's very hard.
Think about it. Scott Roush and Matt Evans both anchored the field. He finished dead last at the start of the year. So he started off this year dead last in points.
They had both the team itself, both of them had a really rough start to the season.
And now Scott Roush finds himself in the top 5. He's locked into the top 10. He's Rookie of the Year. If you had asked at Yuma, you would think, oh, Alexander Rowe's going to win Rookie of the Year. Scott Roush is going to kind of anchor the points with a team that's struggled for years. And look at how the tables have turned.
It's the double jump. Oh, a little rocky there. It's going to hurt him pretty bad. But so far, the rest of this run has been very, very good.
Yep, Scott Roush is having a good run. Now, he made his debut here last year. He qualified his way in as a one-off driver, driving that car number 30 that Katsuda is driving this time round.
Ooh, smooth as butter, just like
look at
Rowe.
that. That Evans Engineering Incorporated suspension is working wonders for him. But Scott Roush finished 10th. He did not have an especially great time, but finishing 10th is still a good thing. He finished the course.
No, yeah.
In a race with high attrition. So Scott Roush hoping to improve this time around, see if he can get a quicker time. I think if he finishes this race, he will get a quicker time than the previous season.
I still want to point out, if you take Piet out of this top 5, it is a rookie-filled top 5 for Dead Man's Curve.
Yeah, look at that row. Haltman, Kitsuda, and DeGabriel, all rookies. And if Scott Roush can get up there, which currently he's tracking for it, there'll be another one up there.
Scott Roush here having a really good run. Now coming down through the rodeo, can Roush take out Rowe? That'd be really impressive if he did. Here we go.
He's pretty quick, coming to the line.
So far, so smooth.
Here he goes. Can he get it done? Second attempt at Dead Man's Curve.
Almost hit the pylon. He got him with a 2.
Wow! An entire second.
2:34, 2:64 for Scott Roush. Man, if you want to know who the Rookie of the Year was, there's your man right there.
Scott Roush, that's an impressive time. It's going to be hard to beat as Eugene DeMax making some slick moves over there to keep it going. Eugene DeMax, the teammate to Chris Dodd in the 1. Well, hey, it's been a rookie-filled top bunch. Dodd won this race last year. Dodd's been DeMax's mentor. Can DeMax maybe get it done?
I mean, anyone could get it done at this point. Everyone's doing well at Dead Man's Curve. This is the first season I've ever seen this. In the 5 seasons we've done this.
Yeah, it's so close, and so many drivers doing well, and especially a lot of drivers that don't have much experience here. DeMax, this is his first time here. Roush, his second time here. Rowe, his first. Haltman is first, Kitsuda his first, DeGabriel his first time here.
Yeah.
And they're all the top 6.
All right,
Piet has the most experience.
All right, rookies, we need to take out Piet from this top 5. Only rookies can be in the top 5.
The
okay?
rookies only club. Nah, I can't wish that on Robert Piet. He's such a fun character to have around. We love to see him do well here.
I mean, again, don't discredit Robert Piet. That was a great run. Look at all these guys: 234, 235, 235. All of them. It's incredible. I mean, when Dodd got his 235 last season, he was the only one in that ballpark.
Here we go, DeMax going for that big jump. So DeMax, he's been, as we mentioned, he's been really behind this Chris Dodd marketing campaign.
Wow, but a lot of speed for DeMax going through that section there.
Yeah, but hey, maybe he can start selling some merch after this one if he gets a good run. He's got a bunch of DoMax merchandise, and they sell. I've seen people walk around with their DoMax t-shirts, drinking their Mountain Dew, which he has a very close business partnership with. But DeMax trying to make something happen today.
Ooh, that's going to hurt him down for time, but I mean, so far, a pretty decent run. I mean, I don't think it's going to track as well as like the 235s, but it's still going to be a really respectable one.
Yep, Eugene DeMax continuing on through the course, and he's such a fun character to have around. He and Dodd, they're kind of comedic foils. It's great to see him out there, and this has been a good team relationship between the two. They've not really had the success they were hoping for. Dodd was hoping for a victory, and DeMax was hoping to do well. DeMax has been kind of mid-pack, same for Dodd, but they just expanded to a second car. I think if they keep it up for next year, they could make things happen. And DeMax needs something because he has an opportunity to point his way in if he does well enough.
Yes, he does indeed. Now here we go, DeMax coming to the line, the final section here of the course, going through the rodeo, handles it pretty well.
And
that's going to hurt him for time as well, but it's going to be a 2:43.809. It's not going to put him in the rookie top 5, but it's still going to be an okay time.
Here's another rookie. It's Cody Smart. He ran here last year, did very well in the qualifier, but DNF'd early. Let's see if Smart can do something a little bit better today. Oh no! And Cody Smart already out of it, and that's. I guess you just can't really seem to get this Dead Man's Curve thing down.
Oh, man. That's a tough break for him. I mean, Cody Smart was doing pretty decent throughout, battling with Scott Roush all year long. But then the last couple races of the season, he really bombed.
Yeah, Smart had some bad finishes. Hong Kong, he ended up in the drink, second to last. And right now, he scored second to last at the moment.
Yeah.
He was able to beat Davis by sliding slightly further on his roof.
I mean, he ran pretty well in the qualifier, which showed some really good signs. I mean, he did that also last year. He did really good in the qualifier to get him the spot to run for Dead Man's Curve.
Yeah, it's just, this track is very difficult, and Smart still needs a little bit more practice here. Let's talk about the driver on track right now. It's Isaac Redman. He's a Canadian rally racer, and this is his first start. He transferred his way in through the qualifier, and he's fairly quiet on track. And in Arena Cross, he was kind of like your mid-packer. One podium finish for him this year, but hey, good enough to make the main event, so it's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, no, I think Redman's got a really, really bright future ahead of him. I think that There's a lot of potential. I mean, any of the Arena Cross drivers, I would say, all of them. Even though some did better than others, they all have a great potential to make it to Rallycross and really put a number on some of these veterans.
Some of them I'd like to see give a little bit more practice in the Arena Cross Series. Zach Winkle and whatnot. Winkle came close to making this event. Oh, but Redmond's going to get held up horribly. And
that's a rookie mistake. He should have known he didn't have momentum to take that jump, but he took it anyways.
So I don't think it'll be a victory since he has to go through this section. This just basically, ends your chance at the win.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that they're not going to get the top spot. I mean, that spot saves at least 5 seconds, I would say, or more.
Yep. And Redmond, he's the last of the one-off drivers. That's a odd bounce for him. So that means no one's going to transfer in by winning this race. So looks like it's going to be all down to who's actually just going to win it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And right now, Scott Roush leading the charge with a 2:34.264, and that's just an incredible time.
Yeah, Roush, that's going to be hard to beat. Someone's going to have to be real flawless coming up. But Redmond, he's working his way through the field. We talked to him before this event. He said he was very excited, a little nervous though, because he is a traditional rally racer. Like a couple of these drivers coming in, but this is a lot different than your traditional rally.
Yeah, I was about to say this is far from traditional.
Like the closest I can think of is that in the Azores, they race around a volcano in that one.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. It's a big climb. But even then, they don't hit jumps like this.
When are we going to put that in the schedule?
We'll have to see about that.
I want to go to a volcano. That'd be so awesome.
But coming to the line, here comes Isaac Redmond. Not going to be the time he was hoping for, but still not too far off from the rest of the pack.
I know, you can't discredit that. Remember we said that everyone's going to be around 3 minutes? I've only seen one person above 3 minutes, and that was Seth Cole with that just crazy run that he had first up, so...
Next up is Alex Tanker in the number 12. Only 2 drivers left for the season, so we're winding down for the year. Alex Tanker, very interesting thing for him. Tanker has not run this race since season 1.
Yeah.
And it's weird to think about it, because you always consider him to be, he's a veteran. But he only ran season 1. He ran most of season 2, but the team shut down with 5 races to go. So he did not run Dead Man's Curve. He failed to qualify in season 3, and he failed to qualify in season 4. So he's back again. He has 2 wins this season. He's ready to take on the course.
Alex Tanker was in the championship hunt for most of this season. I mean, just one of the most consistent drivers this year, but just didn't have enough in the tank to be able to make it all. No.
And that's not going to be a victory today, so he'll have to double back. And
just hope he avoids going down the mountain over here.
Yeah, just to give you a perspective, that's the stage 4 down there, so just think of the elevation shift.
Oh, no, it's incredible. I mean, you for one, you have to go all the way up and then all the way back down. I don't know if it's just as awesome as the hill climb in La Fortuna, but still nonetheless.
I would say La Fortuna is a little bit quicker pace, but this track is definitely something that it's a rush, and like some drivers say that because of the huge elevation shift, sometimes they get that pop in their ears.
Oh no, yeah,
on the way down.
It's hard to see that from this angle. I mean, when
no!
He was able to do a full flip and still be able to keep going.
I hope Alex Tanker wasn't chewing gum to avoid the pop, because he probably just swallowed it just now.
Oh yeah, but like I was saying, when you're here, and we're in the booth over, in here watching this live. I mean, it's an experience. It's a whole different experience because you can't see this entire course in full from wherever. We have, in order for us to get the perfect view, we have to have all the camera crews and all that. So it's respectable enough as it is.
Yeah, we have to watch all these monitors in front of them. We're very grateful to our camera crew. And we have to give them a shout out quick because it's a lot of logistics to get a lot of cameramen around this mountainside. So to all the cameramen and women out there that are helping us out with this. We have our drone following behind us. So our drone operators are doing an excellent job keeping on pace with Tanker, keeping up the maintenance for these drivers, all the coding, all the guys behind the scenes. We got to thank everybody. This has been a wonderful season, and they've done a great job bringing you the sights and sounds of the Utica Rallycross Series.
And shout out to our producer in the back.
Yep, shout out to our producer, our directors, the people who operate the craft services table, who would be lost without.
Yes. And the food. All the food.
Well, yeah, that's what our craft services table provides.
Mm-hmm.
But coming to the line, Alex Tanker is not going to be a win today, but he's hoping for a good run. Oh, that's just a shame. Unable to finish this year, but at least he gets a time in 2:59.585. Not going to be a good one. As Jeffrey Finguy, the final driver up this year, he's going to try and get that victory that eluded him just barely in season number 4.
Yes, before Dodd was able to take the top spot, but Finn Guy, no!
And Finn Guy on his roof, and that's going to be an anticlimactic ending to the Utica Rallycross Series. It's a good thing we got those shout-outs done then. But here are your race results. Scott Roush, his first career victory in the Utica Rallycross Series, and the first win for car number 18. That means cars 1 through 20 have all won a race.
And then Alexander Rowe in second.
How about Piet, Haltman, Kitsuda, DeGabriel, your top six?
Rookie.
Chris Dodd comes back with a solid 7th place effort. Todd Benoit did well here last year, and he does well again in 8th place. Eugene DeMax, the top 10. And Matt Evans rounds out the top 10. A good way to end off the year for him.
I mean, if you look at Matt Evans' time, last year, that probably would have been a top 5 time. For sure. But look,
that might have been second almost.
I know. Look at this. This is incredible. These drivers are getting better and better every year, and it's so much fun to watch.
Joseph Nesto was hoping for that top 5 finish. It's going to have to settle with 11th. Not bad for him. Isaac Redmond, 12th. Fitzwater, 13th, but at least he finished. Alex Tanker and Seth Cole around the top 15.
Then you got Sean Angel, our DNFers, Chris Aurelio, which is a tough break for him. Jeffrey Finn Guy at the last second. That's just terrible him. Cody Smart having another bad performance here, and Ray Davis, when he needed the big win, he got last.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But hey, only 5 DNFs this year. That's the lowest number for DNFs.
That's a normal race DNF count.
Yeah, so these drivers are definitely learning and looking at the tape. Hey, we got 4 years of tape for this racetrack, so
yeah,
you're obviously going to look back at those and see where all the good spots are. So now, the point standings. Tyler Benoit is your champion by a long shot. 2 victories on the year. It's his 2nd championship, the 3rd for Benoit Motorsports.
Yes.
And just show you that Tyler Benoit is the best in the series. But how about Scott Roush, your Rookie of the Year, 2nd in points?
Yes.
That win's going to elevate him up to 2nd. Ray Davis, despite finishing last, will finish 3rd. Alex Tanker in 4th place, despite it all. And Robert Piet worked his way up to 5th.
Robert Piet in the top 5. That's incredible. Sean Angel, another person that had a good season. Chris Aurelio, not bad. Chris Dodd kind of switching places with Todd Benoit last season.
How about these two at the back? Stephen Carr, despite missing the race, finishes 9th. And
Alexander Rowe!
He was last in points at the midway point, and he makes it into the top 10. That's crazy. And it's by 1 point, as Eugene DeMax misses that top 10 just by 1 singular point.
Man.
Estavas Cortez didn't qualify. Aiden DeGabriel, great run, but not enough. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is not going to make it. Jeffrey Finn Guy, it's been a tough year for him.
Then you got Cody Smart, which was not a good season overall. Seth Cole, Matt Evans, which had a really rough one. Mark Holbert, a tough break for him. And William Brock, that started off real strong and then really just dive-bombed into nothing.
Yep, Holbert and Brock both missed the race. And it's a shame. Some good drivers down here. Some veterans like Finn Guy, and Evans, and Cole. And Holbert, sophomore slump, he's going to finish 19th after finishing like 2nd last year.
And obviously, yeah.
And here are the 4 drivers that only made 1 start that are obviously going to anchor the standings. Haltman Kitsuda tie, but Haltman gets the advantage due to his position on track.
Yep.
Joseph Anesto, 23rd. Isaac Redmond, 24th. So that is Season 5 of the Utica Rallycross Seasons. I had a lot of fun.
It has been a wild ride. It's been a great season. I just love this sport. I love this series. And it's just so much fun to watch every single year.
Exactly. And, so many good drivers, a lot of good stories every time we come out to the racetrack.
Yep.
And, we just had so many good performances throughout the year. I'm just happy with how everything turned out. We had a couple of hiccups at certain racetracks where things got a little bit difficult for the drivers. But, overall, a good season. First time in the Utica Rallycross Series history that every driver that started the year finished the year, except for the driver that failed to qualify, of course, but at least they got to attempt.
Oh, I know. I mean, everyone is no injuries, nothing traumatic happened. It's just been a really exciting, really clean season, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
That's correct, and I'm happy to be a part of it as well, and I'm happy to have commentated on every single Utica Rallycross Series race with my good pal Chad Dillon.
Yes, Mickey, you're awesome.
You're awesome too, man. Well, this has been Season 5 of the Utica Rallycross Series. Hopefully we'll bring you Season 6 next year. Should be a lot of fun. We thank everyone out there as part of the Utica Rallycross Series fan base for following us for all these years and following us for this entire season. We hope you enjoyed the races, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!